Hey everybody, it's David from David in Progress, where we talk about financial independence and retiring early from the perspective of someone who is actually doing it. I have a question for you. So on this journey, you're thinking about financial independence and you're thinking about retiring early, or you would not be watching this, right? So my question for you is, as you think about it, are you running towards your goals or are you running away from them? I'm a big fan of the movie Forrest Gump, and there's one scene in particular that I think relates to this. You might remember there was a point in the movie where he and his best friend Jenny, they're walking along a road. I think they were on their way home from school or something, and a group of bullies pull up behind them in bicycles and start throwing rocks at them. And if you'll remember that critical scene in the movie, Forrest, he's getting pummeled with the rocks, and suddenly Jenny yells, "Run, Forrest, run!" And he does. He starts running, and as he does, gradually the braces on his legs fall off. And you see this little bit of a smile on his face where he realizes that now the shackles are gone, I can do something that I have never done before, and that is run. And run he did. Forrest talks about how once he started running after that point, he was always running. And he was typically running towards something. And you see throughout the movie how his running led him to some pretty incredible goals, things that he accomplished. I got to remember my running moment. It was in, I think it was fourth grade. And I grew up in a small town. And in fourth grade, I just hit that kind of preteen awkward stage. And to say that I was a little bit chubby would probably be a good description. So picture this, it's the spring and we're outside doing some mandatory gym class, I think it was outside, where our torturous coach was forcing us to run. See, I hated athletics and I hated doing things like that. Part of it was I was so awkward. And so I'm out there and I'm running in the race and I'm getting further and further behind, which was pretty typical for me anytime that I was running. And I look off to the right, I'll never forget it. And I remember that there was a group of younger kids, I think they were first or second grade, that were laughing. And the more I looked, the more I realized they were laughing at me. And no one was yelling, "Run, David, run." Well, even though they weren't yelling it, I ran. And I ran right off the school ground, around the corner, a few blocks down the street to my grandmother's house. And I don't think I ran again for 20 years. Kind of two different things with totally different results. You know, Forrest, he left and he ran towards something. He ran towards goals, not even really thinking about it, but he ran towards something that would end up being success in his life. I did the exact opposite. I ran away. I went home to my grandmother's, and I don't think I went back to school for a couple of days. And for years afterwards, I refused to exercise or do things like that in a physical nature that got me out in front of people. Yeah, I remember in middle school, I got hit with the dodgeball and all those kinds of things. But it was years before I realized that, hey, I can exercise and I can run. So, how did this relate to your financial independence? Have you potentially been bullied in your past when it comes to these goals? You know, you talk to your friends or your spouse or your partner about how you want to get out of debt or you want to be financially independent, maybe retire early, maybe just retire in comfort. And instead, you get rocks thrown at you or you have people kind of snicker at you. Well, when that happens, you can run away or you can run towards. And I'm here to tell you that I believe simply by the fact that you're here today watching this, that you're a run towards kind of person. And you can do this. You can get on YouTube, you can get on the internet, you can read books, you can do all kinds of things to get the sources that you need, the information that you need to be successful in this journey. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the further the distance that you will be running away from what you want to accomplish. If you are running away, pivot now and run towards. Run now, run. I believe that you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching. That is why you are learning. I may not be a smart man, but I know what financial independence is. And I know that you can have it as well. So, what are you going to do? How are you going to run forward? Leave a comment. Let me know. Tell me what has held you back in the past, and then include what is going to push you forward in the future. Let's do this together.